Inspiration says, another book was opened wherein was recorded the sins of those who profess the truth. So who are these people? Help me. Who are these people? These are Seventh-day Adventists. Now, my name can be, let me say this, all of our names are recorded there. You profess the truth, my name's there, your name's there, where all our names are there. Someone says, how can I be there? Let me ask you, have you ever committed sin? Yes. So guess what? Your name is there. Do you know the only way to heaven? The only way to heaven is through Christ. Jesus says, no man come unto the Father except through me. Do you know why? Let me say this. Do you know that if today you can live a perfect life and never sin again in your life, from today you live here and live a perfect life, do you know you'll still be lost? You say, what do I mean? In order for you to be saved, you need to be washed in the blood. Even if you would live a perfect life without the blood, you got no forgiveness for past sins. And you lost. Friends, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What is attracting you to this earth? What is it? I don't know. That's between you and God. What is it? There's such a strong hold on your heart, you're willing to lose heaven. Inspiration says, she saw the sins of those who profess the truth. Who are these people? These are Seventh-day Adventists. Now you tell me, now if you are part of the Seventh-day Adventist church, then let's see what is our problem. What is my problem? What is your problem? Let's see what Inspiration says. She says, under the general heading of selfishness came every other sin. Pause there. Under the general heading of what? Came what? So, I want to ask you a question. What is the root of every sin we ever commit? What is the root of intemperance? What is the root of pride? What is the root of loving the world? What is the root of dressing the way the world dresses? This is our problem, selfishness. Now watch it. She says, there were also headings over every column. Underneath these, opposite each name, were recorded in their respective column the lesser sins. Now don't think when she says lesser sins mean you can indulge in these things. Lesser means the big title, which all other sins, selfishness. But I want you to see the columns under selfishness. The columns under selfishness. Under covetousness. Give me one column. So under selfishness came what? Came covetousness. Help me, what is covetousness? I'm not studying this, but what is covetousness? Covetousness, what is it? Covetousness. You want something that belongs to someone else. Or you're wanting something you're not supposed to have. Let me tell you, most marriages were produced by covetousness. You know that? You know what's covetousness? Wanting something you're not supposed to have. When you want what the world has, is that covetousness? Yes. Covetousness. Now, let me say this. Do you know covetousness is for my own good? It's not covetousness, but not being covetous is for my own good. You say, what do I mean? If God don't want you to have something, do you know that it's only for your own good? If God don't want me to eat whatever chicken, do you know it's, or swine's flesh, chicken, swine, do you know it's only for my own good? God don't want me to have that. Do you know that? I've shared this before, I'll share it again. There was a mother and a helper, and the mother was busy doing something, and the helper was in the room with the child. And the child screams out from the room. And the mother shouts, because the child's crying and screaming, and the mother shouts to the helper, what seems to be the problem? Give the child what he wants. And there was silence, and then the child breaks out into crying. And the mother comes, what seems to be the problem? Now, you must understand, the mother cried out, give the child what the child wants. Do you know what was in the room? It was a wasp. And a mother cried, give the child what the child wants. And what happened? The helper allowed the child to have what it wants and allowed the child to touch the wasp. And guess what happened? The child got stung. Do you know whenever God don't want us to have something, He realizes the bitterness of that thing once you get it. And let me tell you, with covetousness, there's no satisfaction. There is no satisfaction. Do you know a millionaire is not satisfied with his millions? Guess what he wants? He wants billions. And even the billionaire is not satisfied, he wants more billions. With covetousness, there's no stopping point. Inspiration says, under covetousness came what? Falsehood, theft, robbery, fraud, avarice. Under ambition came pride, extravagance, jealousy. Under ambition came pride and extravagance. Jealousy stood at the head of malice, envy, and hatred. Give me another head. Oh, there's two heads she gave. I'm supposed to highlight the other one. But what's another one? Under selfishness, in which came other sins. Another one, under selfishness. Jealousy. What is ambition? What is the fruit of ambition? Pride and what? And extravagance. Jealousy stood at the head of malice, envy, and hatred. Do you know it is possible to have jealousy even in the work of God? I'm not even talking about jealousy out there. Jealousy in the work of God, this happens, friends. It happens in the work of God, even amongst present truth. It happens. It happens. It continues, she says, jealousy stood at the head of malice, envy, and hatred. And then what? The last column. The last column. And intemperance headed a long list of fearful crimes. Under intemperance came what? A long list of what? Fearful crimes. Intemperance. Intemperance. Such as lasciviousness, adultery, indulgence of animal passions, etc. As I beheld, I was filled with inexpressible anguish and exclaimed, who can be saved? Who can stand justified before God? Whose robes are spotless? Who are faultless in the sight of a pure and a holy God? As the Holy One upon the throne slowly turned the leaves of the ledger, and his eyes rested for a moment upon individuals. Now, where are these individuals? Where are they? They are standing before the throne. And as he turns the page of the ledger, his eyes rest upon them all. Friends, we don't want to be a part of these people Jesus is now looking at. We don't want to be a part of these people. His glance seemed to burn into their very souls. And at the same moment, every word and action of their lives passed before their minds as clearly as though traced before their visions in letters of fire. Trembling seized them, and their faces turned pale. Their first appearance when around the throne was that of what? What does she say was the appearance of those around the throne at first? There's it there. Careless and indifference. Careless and indifference. So is it possible that before we are careless and indifferent before his throne, it's possible that you come into his presence now and be careless and indifferent? Yes. Very much possible. She says their first appearance when around the throne was that of carelessness and indifference. But how changed their appearance now? The feeling of security was gone. And in its place, a nameless terror, a dread is upon every soul, lest he shall be found amongst those who are wanting. Friends, when it's all said and done, we must appear before the judgment seat of God. Are we willing to lose heaven? In light of Calvary. In light of Calvary. Every eye is riveted upon the face of the one upon the throne. As his solemn searching eye sweeps over that company, there's a